In my last video, which I will link to up there somewhere, I showed how to use these Gunther props in place of the regular propellers for these little warbirds and other small 400mm type foamy planes, and they work really well. Interest was generated and questions were asked as to what exactly the power consumption and the thrust difference is between these two propellers, this one being a 130 by 70 and this one being 125 by 110. Quite a difference in pitch. Now I have a little thrust rig here, so if you can see the 0 on the measurement there, as I move this it indicates the amounts of grams force, and I'm going to be powering it by my power supply set to 4 volts, and it will indicate the amount of power. Clearly I'm not going to be able to put the plane into this rig as it is. My idea then will be to turn it through 90 degrees and hang the poor little Trojan off the back with its tail through the loop there. We'll see how that works out. Of course, using my favourite Radiomaster Pocket. We turn on, we can see the plane is bound and connected. If I throttle up now to half throttle with the standard prop, we can see indicated 1.8 amps, nearly 1.9, and just over 7 watts at half throttle. I'll go ahead and set the rig up now so that we can measure the amount of thrust as well, and then take a look at the results. Rig is all set up now. I'm connected, bound to the plane. Just need to put on my scales, make sure that they're zeroed, and we'll go first to half throttle and then to full. Alright, we'll take a look at those results more closely in a moment. Swapping out the standard propeller now. This is where the pop on, pop off prop comes into its own. Again then to half throttle and full throttle. Right, now I shall play back the video and take a look at those results, and we will discuss them. Here we can see the results at the 50% and 100% throttle with standard prop. We've got a thrust of 42 grams at 2.007 amps, that's 8 watts. Contrasting that with the Gunther, surprisingly, for me at least, at the same throttle, the same thrust, 42 grams. At, as may be expected from the higher pitch prop, 2.46 amps, nearly 10 watts. So clearly a lot more power being used there to get the same thrust. Things change at the 100% though. The max thrust I saw with the standard prop was 56 grams at 2.677 amps. That's around 10 watts. With the Gunther, again, because of the higher pitch, 61 grams, but 3.745 amps, 15 watts, 14.9 watts. You may say then, for this increase in current power, is it really worth it for just an extra 5 grams? Well, when you consider how little the plane weighs, 5 grams becomes really significant. However, how real are these numbers? I was using a power supply. The little tiny 400 milliampere hour batteries that we use, could they really sustain nearly 4 amps for any amount of time? I think probably not. However, the takeaway for me is that yes, the Gunther prop is a valid alternative to the standard flexi one. I'm sure it will withstand many more impacts than these little guys at a saving. And I think the way that I fly at least is normally around the 50% range, but you get the extra oomph there when you need it. So when flying loops and rolls and things, you tend to throttle up to perform those maneuvers. So having that extra thrust in hand will be an advantage. What do you think? Leave me a comment down below and we'll continue the discussion. Many thanks for watching.